Day number 2. First cup of coffee in 2 days. Hallelujah. Morning, everybody. Can't believe I'm on day number 2. I'm just setting small goals. I'm not even thinking about katahdin at this point. So last night the forecast said the temps dropped into the 20s. Really didn't feel like it to me. All things considered and all the excitement, I had an okay night of sleep. Of course, you're in bed really early when the sun goes down, but I'll definitely take it. Decent night of sleep. First cup of coffee in 2 days this morning. Boy, did that ever taste good. Holy cow. So, spent the night there. I thought we had 4, and another one came in late last night. We had a total, including myself, 5 no-bows there at Hawk Mountain campsite. And I was number 191 when I signed in at Amicalola Falls office. So, the no-bows are coming, people. We're coming. So the goal for the day is Gooch Gap Shelter. That is going to be 8.7 miles. Right now I'm headed up here to Hawk Mountain Shelter to top off 2 liters of water and to camel up. And for my family and friends, what that means is I'm going to drink as much water as I can at the water source. And then I'm going to load up 2 liters. Have about a 7-mile stretch of trail with some elevation with no water in those areas. So I want to make sure I have plenty of water. So that is the order of today. That's the goal. And we'll get ready to share some sights along the way. It's a great day, everybody. So grateful to be out here. So for my family and friends, this is how I obtain my water with old Mother Nature. But I have to make sure the water is safe to drink. So what I actually do is I use chemicals to sterilize my water and to kill any parasites. This is called Aquamira right here. So what I do is I put 7 drops of each one of these into this little cap, and it'll change color. You can see it's working yellow. Then I pour it into my bottles of water, and in cold weather you want to let it sit for about 30 minutes, and that'll kill all the bacteria and everything in the water and make it safe to drink. News from the trail. I just passed some southbound hikers out for a section, and one of them had hiked the AT in 2017, and he asked me if I was the guy that the search parties were looking for last night. Apparently someone just south of here declared some kind of an emergency, dialed 911 and said they were attacked by a bear and they lost their shoes. And this guy's like, yeah, you look like you meet the description. Had the same hat on. Well, I find that hard to believe. I don't know, I'm a little dumbfounded here. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find out any more news about this, but no one came into our campsite and searched last night, and he told me that rescuers came into Hawk Mountain Shelter looking for the individual. So they didn't come down to Hawk Mountain campsite where we were. So I'll let you guys know if I hear any updates, but I'm going to tell you something right now. You just look here how absolutely spectacular this morning is. One of the many reasons why I wanted to start in February. You just look at this out through the trees. This is just completely spectacular. So I'm going to soak up all the sunshine that I can today, because apparently we have like an 80% chance of rain tomorrow. Okay, I already have an update for everybody. Came down to that road crossing and law enforcement was actually waiting, and the officer jumped out, and he actually thought I was the individual they were looking for. It was an older gentleman with a green shirt, tan hat, and dark glasses. It wasn't me. So apparently there was not a bear attack, and they're searching for someone who they think may have dementia, and the individual was acting strangely on trail yesterday. Someone had apparently reported him, and I just want to confirm he was not threatening in any way, shape, or form. So when I say strangely, you know, that would definitely be indicative of possible dementia. So they're afraid he's more of a harm to himself. So the gentleman called yesterday and did mention something about a bear attack. The dispatcher talked to him a little bit more. There was no bear attack, but apparently this gentleman was disoriented. He did not know where he was at. He didn't even know what his cell phone carrier was that he had. And they did have a picture provided from his brother, and I was able to look at that photograph on the officer's cell phone. He allowed me to take a picture of it. Of course, I'm not going to share that. So I know who to look for, and I can share that picture with some other folks on trail. So hopefully they found him, because temperatures were down around freezing. The photograph I saw was him loaded up with his pack and everything. I'm praying to God he had enough sense to get in a sleeping bag or his tent last night. So who knows? Could be a potentially dangerous situation. So I'm really hoping things work out for him. I've been picking my jaw up off the ground here this morning. I'm going to turn the camera around here and share this view with you. Absolutely amazing. Looks like we're getting ready to head uphill and do it again. Been some pretty easy walking here this afternoon. Hoping to end up at Gooch Gap by maybe 1:30, and that should give me 8.5, and I should stay there. So I'll find a spot here. I'm going to break for a quick lunch. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. I am feeling it a little bit in my legs. Just trying to take my time and put in some miles. Just give you an idea of the crazy weather down here in Georgia. Over the past 10 days, there has been anything from several inches of rain to 6 inches of snow. Of course, temps as high as right now, it feels like it's 50 degrees, so I'm just loving soaking in this vitamin D today from the sun. Spectacular. But according to some folks who live here locally that I've talked to, they said, be ready for crazy Georgia weather because it can change on a dime. It can be 60 during the daytime and 20 degrees at night. You never know what you're going to get. So I'm just going to pay attention. Cell phone service has been really spotty through here. I really haven't had a chance to pull up any type of a forecast. Supposedly we have some rain coming in tomorrow, so we'll see what it brings. Well, like I said, Georgia's had a few inches of rain here past week or so. So this is where I would typically cross. Or do I dare? The natural footbridge. Let's see if I can keep my feet dry. Success is mine. Gooch Gap Shelter. My mind says go, but my body says no. It's around 2 o'clock right now. I did stop for lunch earlier. And starting to get Gumby legs. So I'm going to go in here and find hopefully a tent spot. Or I may even be a shelter dweller tonight, I'm not sure. I'll check in with you later. Alright, here at Gooch Mountain Shelter. This is going to be home for the night. And apparently we have some rain coming in later this evening, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So good times are about to happen. Gonna pay some dues for this beautiful, spectacular day. Absolutely awesome here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a spot in the shelter and get some camp chores done. Maybe get cleaned up a little bit. Have some supper, and I expect to see some more through hikers show up. And I already have one fellow in here already. I didn't catch his name yet, but seems like a real nice guy. So I'm gonna call it a day here. Day number 2 coming to a close, and I may check in just a little bit later.